مرحبا وأهلا وسهلا فيكم. This is Ibrahim with you again. Hope you're all well and safe. In today's episode, we'll be talking about future plans. We'll have a quick comparison about the simple present tense, present continuous, and the near future, which would be new for you, or might be new, or for some of you, would be just a revision. Okay, first of all, if you have a look at this simple comparison, here on the top we've got our subject pronouns. So we've got أنا, أنت, أنتي, نحن, أنتو, هو, هي, and هن or هم. Obviously, I write the exact script, and we have to understand in dialect they tend to pronounce it slightly differently. This is something we have to remember. In dialect, they tend to pronounce them slightly differently. It's just simply because it's vernacular. أنا, أنت, أنتي, نحن, أنتو, هو, هي, and هن. So we have to remember the simple present tense conjugation is, or what we call it, the be prefix, and the hint is in the title, because every single conjugation starts with a be. So بروح, بتروح, بتروحي, which ends with an e, بنروح, بتروحوا, بت, and u to the end of it. هو بيروح, he goes or he's going. هي بتروح, she goes or she's going. And هن بيروحوا, they are going. هن بيروحوا. Again, the alif here to the end of it doesn't really pronounce, or gets pronounced either in dialect or modern Arabic, and that is just merely because of a grammatical case. You don't really need to know about it for the moment, or for the time being. But most importantly, we have to remember that روح is basically the verb. So بروح, I go. بتروح, you masculine go. أنت بتروحي, you feminine go. نحن بنروح, we go, we are going. أنتو بتروحوا, you group of people are going. هو بيروح, he's going. And هي بتروح, she's going. And هن بيروحوا, they are going. A couple of things we need to take in consideration. You might have noticed that when I translated, I kept pronouncing I go and I'm going. Well, because this tense, which you see here in front of you, I underlined it or titled it with the simple present tense. It is equivalent of two tenses in Arabic. Simple present tense means things that you do on a daily basis for daily routines or routine activities, and could be used to express things that you do right now. So going, seeing, traveling, and so on. So بروح, بتروح, بتروحي, بنروح, we are going and we go. So you could be used in both meanings. However, in Arabic, we do have a specific tense for present continuous, and it is am. Am is the equivalent of ing, but you have to always add it to the beginning of the present tense. You have to note that this am, it does not get conjugated. And I'm going to read it for you now. So عم روح, أنت عم بتروح, أنت عم بتروحي, نحن عم بنروح, أنتو عم بتروحوا, هو عم بيروح, هي عم بتروح, and هن عم بيروحوا. Two things to bear in mind here. A lot of people, in order to make the pronunciation a little bit more smoother, what they would do, they would drop the B. So they would say, أنا عم روح. Well, the B just vanished. It's not there anymore. However, if now you would like to pronounce it, why not? You could go ahead and pronounce it until you feel comfortable pronouncing it, or find the conjugation a bit easier. Then you could drop the B. But at the moment, if you want to, you could keep the B. Our final section here is called near future, meaning like going to do it. Going to do it, maybe in an hour or so. Here, using رايح on the meaning of going. رايح is active participle, meaning it's not a verb. It has only 3 conjugations. Please check out some of the active participle episodes that I have made. Have a look at them. Hopefully they would help you to clear any misunderstanding. And if you still have any questions, please feel free to ask. So, رايح, رايح, and the nice thing about رايح could be used for 3 subject pronouns. رايح could be used for I, أنا. رايح could be used for you, masculine, أنت. And رايح could be used for he, third person. So رايح, رايح, هو رايح. So رايح could be used for 3 subject pronouns, I, you, and he. And if you would like to use it for feminine, رايح obviously is based on the masculine version. All you need to do is to add the feminine case to the end of it, which is always pronounced ah. That's the feminine case. So you'd say رايحة, a feminine talking. You'd say أنا رايحة, رايحة. And similarly, it will be used for three subject pronouns. So I feminine, you feminine, and she. That's very nice and very useful. One conjugation could be used for three subject pronouns. And if you change it to talk about a group of people, all we need to do is just add an "in" to the masculine version. So رايحين, and we would use it to talk or refer for every plural. So meaning for we, you group of people, and they. So we could say انتوا رايحين, or نحن رايحين, we are going, and انتوا رايحين and هن رايحين. So what we see here, they don't really get conjugated, but they are the equivalent of going. So we still needed to make a bit more sentence. You could use them by itself if it's followed by a noun. So you could say أنا رايح الحفلة, I'm going to the party. أنا رايح الشغل, I'm going to work. أنا رايح الاجتماع, I'm going to the meeting. أنا رايح العرس, I'm going to the wedding. أنا رايح عيد الميلاد, I'm going to the birthday party, and so on. Here, the verb, as you see, you could use the simple present tense, meaning here, with a be conjugation. You have to remember that رايح could be used for three subject pronouns, but the verbs you still need to conjugate it for every person you're talking about or you're referring to. So you would say أنا رايح بروح, I'm going to go. أنا رايح بروح اليوم الساعة 5. Today I'm going at 5. Today I am going to go at 5. But the overall translation means I'm going at 5. Instead of بروح, you could add any other verbs. As simple as that. And for feminine talking, you would say أنا رايحة بروح. For you masculine, you could say oh أنت رايح بتروح. You feminine, أنت رايحة بتروحي, are you going to go? نحنا رايحين بنروح بعد العشاء, أو نحنا رايحين بنروح على الحفلة الساعة 5. Today we're going to the party at 5. أنتوا رايحين بتروحوا, هو رايح بيروح, he's going, and هي رايحة بتروح, she's going, and هن رايحين بيروحوا, هن رايحين بيروحوا. Another thing to note here, similarly what we did with the present continuous, is you can and you would hear people would drop the be. So every single be conjugation here you see at the beginning of every conjugation, people would go and drop it. So they'll say رايح روح, أنت رايح تروح, أنت رايحة تروحي, نحن رايحين نروح, أنتوا رايحين تروحوا, هو رايح يروح, هي رايحة تروح, and هن رايحين يروحوا. As I mentioned earlier, if you're starting with Arabic and you find this adding the be here when it's needed or when necessary, and then when you come to use with such tenses or new tenses, then you have to go and delete it. If you want to, you could keep the be for now. Once you feel comfortable and confident, you could drop the be. That would be my tip and my advice for you. And here in this section, we've got a number of activities for you. I'll try to read all of them for you, and I will try to solve maybe one or two. The remaining, I'll leave them for you to give it a try. And if you have any questions, and if you manage to do and answer some of them, then you could, leave them in the comment section below, either with your beautiful transliteration or with your beautiful Arabic handwriting or typed. So let's start. A says, ممكن استعمل تليفونك? Can I use your phone? آسفة بس أنا استعمل أن لسه. So what would you say? آسفة أنا لسه بستعمله. I'm still using it. A replies, ماشي gap لا يهم أنا هلا gap سأل جون عن التليفون. What could we say? ماشي ولا يهمك or ولا يهمك, oh no worries, ولا يهمك or ولا يهمك, which means no worries. أنا هلا, I at the moment. So what tense could we ask? You say I'm asking John now, or I will ask John. So you could say أنا هلا رايح اسأل John عن التليفون. I'm going to ask John about the phone. So all you need to do is just to use these verbs and put the appropriate tense with us. Simple present tense, or present continuous, or future. بشوفك بكرة الصبح. أنا هلا gap ترك الشغل. What tense could you use here? هذا تليفون غالي، إذا وقع بينكسر. شو gap عمل؟ عمل is to do. لغتك ممتازة. Your language is excellent. وين gap تعلم هلا؟ تعلم is to learn. 4 عفوا ما بدي اطلب. رفيقي gap طلب إلي كمان. طلب is to order. أنا gap رسم لوحة جديدة لرفيقتي. لوحة is a painting and رسم is to draw. لرفيقتي is for my female friend or my girlfriend. 6 خلصت دراسة ودور is to search على شغل جديد مثير للاهتمام interesting. So try to figure out the tense you will add here. هذا مثير للاهتمام لأنه هو gap شرب أبدا. At all, never. أبدا means never or at all. خلصت شغل بكير و gap حجز طاولة إلنا للعشاء بالمطعم. حجز is to book. طاولة إلنا a table for us للعشاء في dinner بالمطعم at the restaurant. 3 أنا ما بحب أرقص بس هو صار له ساعتين gap رقص وأنا لازم روح لأنه عندي شغل. 4 شو gap لبس الطقس شمس وحلو كتير. The weather is sunny and very nice. 5 هي شرب شاي وبعدين رح تطلب الأكل. Afterwards بعدين رح تطلب she will order الأكل the food. هن اشترى they to buy أغراض للبيت وبيوصلوا they will arrive حوالي around approximately الساعة 12 الظهر. الساعة which means o'clock. 12 is 12. الظهر is the afternoon. Here you could choose any of these. You could either say لعب which means to play. عمل is to do. Tennis is tennis. Yoga is yoga. Pilates is Pilates. So we choose one of these verbs, either لعب or عمل. لعب is to play and عمل is to do. كل يوم خميس every Thursday. كل يوم خميس every Thursday بعد الشغل after work. Great, thank you very much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it and found it useful and be able to talk about some future plans using the going to form. Try to answer these questions, and if you would like me to have a look at them, then please feel free to drop them in the comment section below and I will most certainly do reply to you. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of your day, week, weekend, and stay safe. Ma salame.